This is Ralph Yankee Arnold, and I'm coming to you from Calvary Community Church here in Tampa, Florida. I'm going to give to you some of the guidelines for the reopening of Calvary Community Church of Tampa. And this is going to be for this coming Sunday, May the 10th, Mother's Day. And so these guidelines are very, very important. I have mentioned it briefly on the radio broadcast, also the live streaming, and also it is there's a copy of it on Facebook and also on our blog that we have for the Florida Bible College. And what we're going to do is record what I'm saying so that we can have it also placed on our YouTube channel, because we want to alert all of our people as much as possible, and anyone who may want to attend Calvary Community Church, they'll know what we are going to expect of them and what they can expect of us. So we are going to, as redundant as it may sound, read to you the letter that we have put together. Why we closed: we agreed with the government authorities that because of the unknown seriousness of the virus, that it was our responsibility as leaders of the church to close. If we did not close, there could be individuals that might take unnecessary risks due to their overzealous faith, because some people just got to prove to you that they're not afraid. But that may not be the wisest thing. Their age or medical conditions. This closure has been faithfully followed during this whole episode. We have continued all services with Bob Gilbert for Sunday school, Jesse Martinez for Sunday night, and me on Sunday morning and Wednesday night. When we say we continued, it means we continued without any people being here in the church services. And so, yes, we have expected people that were at home to watch our live streaming or on Facebook. And so we praise the Lord that we have found that there's a lot of people who have followed us, and we thank the Lord for that. Special music has been provided by Jesse, Warren, and Larry, and they've done a great job. We thank the Lord for them. Donations given has been faithfully sustained, with all bills being paid, workers being paid, and missionaries receiving full support and a little extra. There has been several times in the last 2 weeks when I have been curious as to when would be a proper time that we could safely begin coming together as a body of believers. I have received conflicting reports that churches cannot meet yet and could be fined or prosecuted if we did so. I then heard the governor of Florida say that they did not tell the churches that they could not meet, but that people outside their families should maintain social distance of 6 feet. I was informed that certain businesses could start phasing into services this May the 4th, which was Monday, while maintaining social distancing. We are all in agreement to open the church when it is not in violation of federal, state, and local government. Opening the church may be as difficult a decision as the president's for the nation or for governors of each state. It's a very difficult decision. You don't want to be wrong, and yet you know you can't stay closed forever. There has to be a time when we can go back and be a church. We have determined to open in stages and let the people decide what they believe is best for them. So if they can do that in the government, why can't we do that concerning our church? Cannot we trust our people to make the decision that they believe is best for them? Reopening is a difficult decision that has not come without substantial prayer, concern, and planning. It is not a decision we take lightly. We have reviewed the guidelines from the Center for Disease Control, our insurance provider, the federal, state, and county, and also with the Christian Law Association. Because our congregation is primarily made up of elderly saints, we believe perhaps they should continue meeting in an online capacity for a while longer. They don't have to, but we would recommend it, but we'll let that be their call. If anyone doesn't believe it would be wise for them or their families to attend at this time, then by all means, wait until you believe it is safe for you to do so. As a church, we are not demanding anybody return. That is the choice. Prior to your return, we are making sure that all areas have been thoroughly cleansed and disinfected. Sanitized pews, bathrooms, floors, sink, toilets, faucets, doorknobs, light switches, countertops, handles, and any other high-touch surfaces. In other words, we're going to do what we can to make sure that you're safe. So next Sunday, May the 10th, Calvary Community Church of Tampa will open on Mother's Day for morning worship service only with Pastor Arnold at 10:30 a.m. and Pastor Jesse Martinez on Sunday nights at 6. And on Wednesday night, also, it will be for just 1 hour. So the services is going to be for 1 hour Sunday morning, 1 hour Sunday night, 1 hour on Wednesday night, and there will be no Sunday school classes taught. Bob Gilbert will have his opportunity to continue teaching his Sunday school class, but he will do that online from 9:15 until 10 o'clock, so that you got a half an hour to come to the church services if you desire. Also, families are encouraged to please sit close together if you're a family. Others sit 6 feet apart. Seating is only permitted on every other pew. So every pew will say, this pew is not available, the next pew. And so every other pew. Chairs will be provided in the fellowship hall if there is an overflow. We are taking every precaution to ensure we keep our congregation safe. As such, our attorneys have prepared a list of recommended guidelines for us to adhere to when we reopen. We are doing our best to ensure that these guidelines are communicated and announced to our members and visitors before they enter. That is the purpose of doing this on Wednesday night, and also posting it, sending out newsletters, and we believe that that would be sufficient. We are initially seeking to open with a smaller service to ensure all procedures can be adhered to, and slowly scale up attendance once our guidelines are being provably followed. Guidelines may vary as we progress. You can still watch our services online at BibleLineMinistries.org. And there's a little tab that you can go to for the services. And on Facebook at Calvary Community Church of Tampa. You are not required to attend if you do not feel comfortable in coming. Now, here's some important information that you need to know. We are encouraging, not demanding, but we're encouraging all high-risk individuals and our caregivers of high-risk individuals to stay home and utilize distance options to attend. In other words, we're still going to stream. It'll be on Facebook. So if you can maybe give it another week or 2 weeks or whatever it is in order for you to feel safe and have a lower risk concerning your health or whatever, please pay attention to this. Medical experts find those at highest risk for life-threatening illnesses from COVID-19 are people 65 years and older. Well, that's in my bracket. People who live in a nursing home, well, I don't live there, or long-term care facility. People of all ages with underlying medical conditions. Underlying medical conditions include, but are not limited to, people, now listen to me carefully, with chronic lung disease or moderate to severe asthma, people who have serious heart conditions. See, many conditions can cause greater concern, such as smoking, bone marrow or organ transplantation, immune deficiencies, poorly controlled HIV or AIDS, and prolonged use of corticosteroids and other immune-weakening medication. People with diabetes, chronic kidney disease, undergoing dialysis, and or liver disease. These are things that a person, if this is a problem for you, you may be wise prolonging it and just watch it at home, pray for the services, and then whenever you feel safe or there's a lightening of the restrictions, and then you may feel more comfortable. COVID-19 is a deadly disease that must be handled with extreme care, diligence, and planning. It is very important to understand that many early carriers are entirely asymptomatic and will show absolutely no signs of the virus. Entrance will be refused to anyone with our knowledge who has been in contact with an infected person or who is exhibiting the following symptoms that has been associated with COVID-19, like fever, cough, shortness of breath, chills, repeated shaking, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, or new loss of taste or smell or other neurological issues. In other words, if we can see that that is a problem visually, then our men at the door may suggest that you ought to go home, and right now may not be the proper time to come to the service. If you're showing any of these signs or have been exposed to someone who has, we just request that you please stay home. Please refrain from touching others while in the church auditorium. Keep 6 foot between you and remember to be respectful of other people's space. In other words, it's not a time to huggy bear, smacky mouth, and you need to keep the distance because other people may not appreciate it. Just because you're open and you're friendly and we are a hugging church, friendly church, and every Sunday we have meet and greet, we may just want to do the wave, just hello there. And I don't know if you want to just touch elbows, or some were talking about whether it's the knee or I don't know, but it's better that you refrain if possible. The next thing is Phase 1 reopen guidelines. Church service times are as follows. Sunday morning, 10:30 till 11:30. Sunday night, 6 o'clock till 7. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock to 8. There will be no Sunday school classes held at the church. Bob Gilbert, like I said, will continue to teach the adult class online from 9:15 till 10 o'clock. That's changing to 15 minutes. It's usually 9:30, but we're going to change it to 9:15 so that he can be through by 10 o'clock and you have a half an hour to get here. Every other pew will be closed for seating in order to follow social distancing guidelines. That means, as we have looked throughout the church, that means we can have 75 people in the main auditorium. So the first 75 people in the auditorium, and then the rest will be escorted back to the gymnasium, and chairs will be set up there. Pews will not have Bibles, no Bibles, hymnals, tissues, pens, offering envelopes, or pillows in order to reduce sanitation procedures. This is very important. The water fountain will be closed due to sanitization procedures. Feel free to bring a water bottle, as long as there's nothing strong inside of it. This is a church water. Anything left in the church, now when you get up to leave, anything you leave here will be discarded, so that you understand that. Whatever you bring in, you take out. All children's services will remain closed. This includes Awana, Sunday school, and ranch. Church library, church office, bookstore, church kitchen, all that will be closed. Offering plates. We're not going to pass the offering plate. We're going to have them at the front and at the back, and you can make your donation there. But we do encourage people to continue donating online if possible. Please be sure to bring your own Bible and writing utensil. There will be no printed material, there will be no bulletin, daily bread books, Firehouse 5 lyric books, or tracts. These are necessary precautions that the church must take in this first phase of reopening. We will make decisions for the next phase as we see the governor of Florida respond to the reopening of the state. If you have any questions, please call Pastor Jesse Martinez. And his number is 813-521-7483. 813-521-7483. Now, I have done the best that I know how. I hope that that will help you in making some wise decisions about what you want to do. So some of you, I'm looking forward to seeing you this Sunday. We do have people in our church that are, yes, up in age, and maybe be best if they wait a little while longer. And so we'll let you make the decision.